This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Okay guys, so here I am working on some Bonnie stuff, talking about Bonnie, researching the Bonnie devil fruit, all this different stuff with the chapter. News comes down the pike. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Everyone's talking about it, and it's about Sabo. I've seen something about Sabo that happened recently. I never talked about it because it's just like, okay, maybe it's not that big a deal because I never really dove into it. And I got more context to the situation. I was like, oh shit, this is a lot more serious than I thought. And you know, Sabo has a fairly large role in One Piece, and this is revolving around Sabo's voice actor, who is out as the voice of Sabo. Like, he's out. Didn't get fired, he stepped down. But I think it was one of those so that it didn't look bad or worse than it was. It was like, hey, you probably should resign. And if you're like wondering what the hell is going on, there was some controversy that happened. I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but this is from about 1 month ago. So apparently the name of the actor, the voice actor, is Toru Furuya. So just looking up some stuff because I'm not as privy to voice actors and the things they do. I don't even know a few and exactly what they've done. In the One Piece world and in our own world, everyone has dreams. And for some of those dreams, influence matters. I mean, what would Big News Morgans have to do all day if no one checked into his newspapers? And with today's sponsor, Squarespace, you can create a powerful and beautiful online platform to do just that. Connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content. Manage your members, send email communications, and leverage audience insights all on one easy-to-use platform. Create a community on your Squarespace website with a fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded comments, replies, and likes. Use their powerful blogging tools to categorize, share, and schedule your posts too. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/B.D.A law to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. But he was the voice for Yamcha, Dragon Ball GT, the Dragon Ball games. He's the voice of Yamcha. I believe he's also the voice of Mewtwo, the Japanese version of Mewtwo. He's in Detective Conan as well, and his most popular role, I think, at this point is being the voice of Sabo. For sure, the voice of Sabo. This started circulating like a month ago, and it seems like he basically reported himself. It was a self-report, but he said he was being interviewed by the Weekly Bunshin, and he had an apology regarding a great sin that he'd committed. Apparently, he had an inappropriate relationship with a fan for 4.5 years, starting from September 4 years ago. He said she supported him, he admired her, he admitted to beating her, and he said it's unforgivable and shameful. He then also said that he forced her to have an abortion, and he's apologizing for hurting her physically and mentally, and that he's truly sorry about it. He's apologizing for betraying the trust of all his fans. It's disappointing, it's hurting, it's staining his character, and that he's going to spend the rest of his life to make amends, that he's prepared to accept any punishment. At first, I thought the scenario was only he had an inappropriate relationship with a fan. I think he's like 70 years old. He's pretty old. He had an inappropriate relationship with a fan. She's not underage, right? She's not underage. I don't think she's close to his age, but she's not underage. But she's a fan. He kind of took advantage of that relationship, raised his hand to her, forced her to have an abortion, and now it's out. Now what? So again, initially, I'd only heard about him just having an inappropriate relationship with a fan. I was like, what's wrong with that? I understand the power play here, which is like, you know, okay, it's a bit off. Is she of age? Okay, cool. But then when it gets to him putting his hands on her, forcing her to have an abortion, it gets dicey. And I know in Japan, certain things aren't that big of a deal, so I wasn't sure how to take it. But now, today, Sandman is reporting, you know, Sandman, our news source for anything in Japan, anything One Piece damn near. He just reported literally that Toru Furuya, the voice actor for Sabo, Yamcha, is stepping down due to the news about that woman. And he's asking who should be the replacement voice actor. Now, I ask you guys this question. This is not my place. I'm not gonna cast judgment and say what should happen if he should lose his job or whatever. It is pretty flagrant considering what happened. So I found an article of this on bunshin.jp. Toru Furuya is 70 and of course known for the role in Sabo. It says he was found to have an affair for 4.5 years with a woman in her 30s. So this woman is in her 30s. He's 70. It's like a 40-year gap. They're listing and documenting how everything started. Apparently she received a text message from Furuya on New Year's Day. She says she was a fan of anime, so she knew Furuya's name, but she became a fan when she heard his voice playing Amuro Toru in 2016 Conan movie, The Darkest Nightmare. She said before she knew it, she had gone to the cinema to see the Conan movie, Zero the Enforcer, 45 times. Okay, quick aside, that's a bit crazy. 45 times. That is damn near obsessive. Like 45 times? Like not even Baby Boy I've seen 45 times. But okay, so she continues that she sent fan letters and presents to the agency. So she actively showed herself as a super fan. And I guess he got wind of it. But it says here, On New Year's Day in 2019, Miss A received a text message from an unknown number. The text message said, "This is Toru Furuya." It says, "From there, their intimate days began." A-san sometimes whispered words of love in Amuro's voice, and at other times, Furuya even raised his hand to her. The relationship between the two of them changed dramatically when A-san found out she was pregnant in 2021. Apparently, Weekly Bunshin, they asked him for an interview, and that's when he replied that he made up his mind, and then he gave the 80-minute interview. So he tried to get out ahead of this. I mean, he's 70 years old. This is a bigger deal than I thought because the police are involved. All this is kind of like more publicized than I thought it was. And yeah, I think more than likely they told him, "You gotta go." Because the more you read about it, the more it kind of gets messy. 37 years younger than him. Obviously, you hope that the woman is okay. You hope mentally, physically, emotionally, she can recover from this and that she's doing okay. That's first and foremost the most important thing. But of course, as One Piece fans, you of course then think of who replaces Sabo, who's the new voice actor. People had a few suggestions, right? And these people I'm aware of, but I wasn't aware of just like how extensive their catalog is. So the first person, and these are recommendations people were putting online and just on Twitter everywhere, Yuichi Nakamura. That's the voice actor for none other than Gojo. If you've seen Windbreaker, he's also the voice actor for Yumamiya. He's Red Keeper on Go-Go Loser Ranger. He's Hawks in My Hero. He's Sign in Frieren. So he's been on a roll lately, like no BS. I can see Gojo's voice actor working for Sabo. I think they're both suave. They're both gonna have, I mean, obviously Gojo is who Gojo is, but having really important roles, important moments in anime. So I can see Gojo's voice actor taking over that role. Another recommendation was Takahiro Sakurai, Cloud, Ghetto. I can see that as well. Actually, I think they're on the same level in regards to that. I think his Ghetto performance doesn't stand out as much as the Gojo performance. I don't know. They're both pretty damn good. Then when you think about Cloud and Giyu, it's just like they have a certain, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that either. The next one was Kenichi Suzumura. For some people, they're voice actor just savants, so they just know what they do off just the name, which is dope, I think. So this is Iguro Obanai. This is the serpent Hashira from Demon Slayer. He's also Shingo in Prison School. No, that one. He's in Kenshin, his Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't know. His voice is a bit more sinister. He's also Rogue, right? I think he's Rogue in Fairy Tail, I believe. So that's somebody that could work for Sabo. The Sabo I'm thinking of with this voice actor is like the Sabo that destroyed Bastille. So that is an option. I think that'd be cool too. The last recommendation, and low-key my favorite, not gonna lie, Yuki Kaji. Everyone should know Yuki Kaji. Voice actor for Eren. It's insane because he has some role. Bro, his roles are kind of crazy. He's Todoroki. He's Kenma. Sabito, smaller role in Demon Slayer. Meliodas. It's actually crazy. But I think he's my favorite one just because we've seen Eren's range. I think that just makes sense. I don't not saying like the scar on his face or anything is just I'm just saying that's my favorite to take over. Yuki Kaji and all the characters he kind of voices I really enjoy. So yeah, I think all in all it's an unfortunate situation for Toru. I mean, you just hope he gets help and becomes a better person from this and keeps his hands to himself, you know, and just be better. But yeah, which one of those guys are your favorite? Like the four that I just listed. Gojo, Giyu, Iguro, Eren. Like which of those voice actors, those people, would you rather voice Sabo? My vote is for Eren. Yuki Kaji. So give me thoughts. For some people, they're like, I didn't know all this shit was going on. Some people are like, yeah, kind of saw this coming. Because when it came out, people were like, damn, is he going to step down? Are they going to fire him? Yeah, he's out. He's out. Somebody was saying they should bring back Ace's voice actor for him. I was like, what? But yeah, give me your thoughts. Haven't made a video like this in a long time. Feels kind of good. I mean, situation surrounding it is not. But just like, subscribe. Link below to the article and just the information. But yeah.